Blackstone Audio presents If I Knew You Were Going to Be This Beautiful, I Never Would Have Let You Go, by Judy Chicurel. This book is read by Emily Wu Zeller. For David, and for my father, Michael, 1919 to 2005, who always believed. Chapter 1. Summer Wind. So she says to me, "Young man, you got maniacs hanging around your store." And I tell her, "You're right, lady. You're 100% right. I got maniacs outside my store. I got them inside my store. I got maniacs on the roof," I tell her. Desi flicked a length of ash into the ashtray we were sharing. The end of his cigar was slick with saliva. He shifted it to the side of his mouth and continued. "What am I gonna do? Argue with her? Kill her? I mean, please. Some of these people should maybe look in their own backyards before they come around here making comments. There's an old Italian saying, 'Don't spit up in the air because it's liable to come back down and hit you in the face.'" "I have no idea what that means," I said. "It means what it means, man," Mitch called from the other end of the counter. "Everybody's everything. Can you dig it?" He had a 6-pack of Pabst Blue Ribbon under the arm with a rainbow tattoo, and was taking a Camel non-filter from a freshly opened pack he'd just purchased. He tapped his cane twice against the counter, and then winked at me, before hobbling out the door. Mitch lived at the opposite end of Comanche Street, in one of the rooms at the Starlight Hotel that looked out over the ocean and smelled of mildew and seaweed. This was the third 6-pack of the day he'd bought at Eddie's. He had to make separate trips because he could only carry one at a time. It was close to the end of the month, when his disability check ran out, which was why he was buying 6-packs instead of sitting on the corner bar stool by the jukebox in the hotel lounge. Desi shook his head, mopping up a puddle of liquid on the counter. Yeah, just ask Peg-Leg Pete over there," he muttered as the door closed behind Mitch. "Don't call him that, man," I said. "I thought you liked him. I thought you were friends." I felt a vague panic that this might not be so. Hey, did I say I didn't like the guy? I love the guy," Desi said, wringing out the rag, running it under the faucet behind the counter. "But he's not the only one sacrificed for his country. A lost leg is not an excuse for a lost life. And besides, he only lost half a leg." "Desi, Jesus." "Don't Jesus me. What are we, in church? And what are you, his mother? Half a leg, no leg, whatever. He don't need you to defend him. He can take care of himself." He shook his head. "You kids, you think you know everything." "I don't think I know everything," I said wearily. Most of the time, I didn't think I knew anything. "Yeah, well, you," Desi said, moving down the counter to the cash register to ring up Mr. Meany's Daily News. "You're different from the other kids around here. You want my advice? Get out of Dodge. Now. Pronto." My stomach winced. I was glad no one else was around to hear him. Mr. Meany didn't count. I'd been hanging around Comanche Street for 3 years, and there were still times when it felt like I was watching a movie starring everyone I knew in the world. Except me. The feeling would come up on me even when I was surrounded by a million people. In school, on the beach, sitting at the counter in Eddie's. Desi owned Eddie's, the candy store on the corner of Comanche Street and Lighthouse Avenue in the trunk end of Elephant Beach. The original Eddie had long since retired and moved to Florida, but Desi wouldn't change the name. "Believe me, it's not worth the trouble," he said. "Guy was here, 25 years? I pay for the sign, I change the lettering on the window, and then what? People are still gonna call it Eddie's." He was right. They did. Sometimes in February, I'd be sitting in earth science class or world history, and outside the windows, frozen snow would be bordering the sidewalk and the sky would be gunmetal gray. And I'd start thinking about having a chocolate egg cream at Eddie's. And suddenly summer didn't feel so far away. If I thought hard enough, I could taste the edge of the chocolate syrup at the back of my throat, and it would make me homesick for sitting at the counter, drinking an egg cream and smoking a cigarette underneath the creaky ceiling fan that never did much except push the stillborn air back and forth, while everyone was hanging out by the magazine racks if the cops were patrolling Comanche Street, or sitting on the garbage cans on the side of the store, where, when it was hot enough, You could smell the pavement melting,